Howdy everybody, I'm back with another video. As promised, I said that I was going to try to take you along with me as we set up the electrical fence for the sheep, and I'm doing my best to fulfill that promise. However, I've made so many mistakes already in the process that it would be one blooper reel after another for a lot of what I did. So I'm going to show you some stuff that's already done, and then what I did to do it, without all of the blooper type mistakes that were in the process. Now, one of the most, if not the most important aspects of the fencing system is the ground system. And this system here requires a pretty substantial ground. So I have 3 galvanized steel rods that are 6 feet tall. Those are pounded into the ground 5 feet into the ground, each one. And then they're connected so you can see them here. And I made some footage the other day of me pounding these rods. But I wanted to show you the finished product. They're hooked up. There's no space in the wire. The wire is continuous, and it grows. This is standard electrical conduit, PVC conduit pipe that I'm using here. I don't actually have to use it. It's not required. But we have a lot of animals running around here and other things, and I just thought it'd be a good idea to protect it as much as possible. Now the ground is it comes up, goes over into the greenhouse, into that green box there where the brains of the whole system is, which I'm going to show you next. Now here we are at the green box inside the greenhouse, and this has an electrical line running to it. And the system that I have, it's a Speed Right. There it is, right here. Speed Right 3000 is its name. I don't have it completely hooked up yet, but that's how it's going to go. So as you can see, the ground is coming down here. I buried it, and it comes right under here to the green box. So that's the ground. Now the hot wire also is coming out protected by PVC conduit. That's underground till we get right around in here, and then it's going out here, and it isn't, again, it isn't hooked up. The wire isn't completely hooked up yet. Now I'm going to take you outside of the north side fence here to show you what I'm going to be doing. Now I've had to do all of this because here in Nicaragua we build in metal. You may remember hearing me say that a number of times. And of course metal is the enemy of these electrical circuits. So we have to make sure that those electrical circuits are protected from touching metal, otherwise they'll ground out and they won't work. So that's the issue here. So we have the electrical circuit coming out of the green box right up to here, and then the wire is going to go up here to this post here, because we have to be able to cross this fence, which also is made of wire and will ground. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to run the PVC pipe across there and over to the other side. Now you'll see me in just a minute preparing to dig this other post out and how I do it and everything. I'm here in front of the north side fence, the outer wall of the north side fence. There are a number of unique things that we have to do here to make sure that the electric fence functions properly. One of them is to circumvent, to cross this this fence right here, which of course, if we just put the wire from the electrical fence on there, it'll short out. So we have to have a material that won't conduct electricity, that we can run that wire through and protect it from being touching the fence here. So that's what I'm doing here. I've already, I don't know if you could see it or not, probably not. Well, I'll show it in a minute. I've already put the post that's going to go inside the fence, and now I'm getting ready to do the post that goes outside of the fence. We use these metal bars here for digging in Nicaragua, and so I'm going to start the hole, and then I'll turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. We've had some rain here, so the ground is a little softer, which is a good thing. Okay, so we have the hole dug. Now we're going to fill it back up again. Might seem kind of stupid, but what we have to do is make sure it has to be secured very well. And so we can't rely on just this soft dirt here to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is fill slowly and then pound the dirt around the pole here. Now this is standard PVC, but it's PVC that is used for electrical work. So I'm going to push a little bit more, and you get the general idea of what's happening here. I'm going to make sure this is in here really well. Now, why is that so important? Well, it's because animales, or animals, particularly sheep, but also other animals, see something like this and they say, oh wow, I can rub up against this and I have an itch in my back and I can relieve the itch in my back. And by the act of rubbing, they can literally take this pole and move it out of alignment, or in some cases move it right out of the ground. So we want to make sure that it's in there really good so that doesn't happen. So now we have the post in the ground. You can't see it, but because it's behind me here, but it's nice and sturdy in the ground. It's level with the other one that I have on the other side, and we're going to connect them in just a minute. But before we do that, there's one more step that we have to do. And that, as you may be wondering, you might say, yeah, but that PVC might break very easily. And you're right, maybe it will. And so we're going to prevent that from hopefully happening. Now, guys like Greg Judy, sheep herders in the US, they use posts that are PVC that is filled with epoxy to make them nice and sturdy so they don't break and what have you. We don't have anything like that here in Nicaragua. And for me to try to import those from the US, shipping is by weight. Those things weigh a lot. They take up a lot of space too. It typically costs us about double. So whatever we buy from the US, we basically have to pay double for it by the time it gets here, when we pay the shipping and the customs and other things. So we don't particularly like buying things from the outside if we don't absolutely have to do it. So I've come up with a way that hopefully will resolve this problem, to give us a nice sturdy post here, but at the same time not having to pay so much money to import the good ones down here. And the idea came from me from a woman named Jess on another channel called the Green Dream Project. And I recommend that channel. They're really nice people. They've done an incredible amount of work of building their own place in the desert. And Jess came up with this idea that you could make bottle bricks. In other words, using soft drink bottles, that you can make bricks out of those. And people have known that for quite a while, but she came up with an idea of taking plastic, like a plastic bag or other kinds of plastic, and stuffing it in the bottle until the bottle became solid and it's like a brick. And so I said, wow, you know, that's very interesting. I think I could do that with a fence post. And so I've tried it and it works. And so I'm going to show it to you right now how it works. Okay, I have my plastic bags here. These are just grocery shopping bags and some other plastic. And of course, here's the tube, and this is a piece of rebar that I'm going to use to kind of stuff the plastic in there. Howdy doodle 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 doodle. Howdy doodle 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 doo. Howdy doodle doo. Howdy doodle doo. Howdy doodle doodle doo. Howdy do. Howdy do. Howdy doodle doodle doo. Howdy doodle 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 doo. Howdy doodle 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 doodle. Howdy doodle 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 doo. Howdy doodle doo. Howdy doodle doo. Howdy doodle doodle doo. Howdy do. Howdy do. Howdy doodle doodle doo. Howdy doodle 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 doo. Okay, so now that does it. We now have a nice sturdy piece of pipe in here, a tube that is full of plastic. It's not going to break. I can kick it. Nothing's going to happen to it, and so I feel good about that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this T connector on top of it, and we'll run the wire from this side over to here through this tube, this PVC tube, which will protect it from touching the metal here of the fence, and we don't have to worry about it grounding out. So that was the purpose of doing all of this. My overall idea is to knock out one of these walls of the fence completely and build a door here for the sheep to go out. That'll be the easiest way to get them out here on the pasture and into other parts of the farm. The problem, of course, with doing that is that I can't do it myself. I have to have somebody else come and do it, and the people that do that can't do it right now. So we have to wait. But the sheep, of course, don't want to wait. They want to get out there and eat. So I'm going to try to take them out this door. Oh boy. Just a minute. You know, they talk about being able to walk and chew gum at the same time. Well, I have trouble walking and talking at the same time, not to speak of holding a camera on myself. So please bear with me. The idea is the sheep are bucket trained. So to take them out of this gate, to put some fence around here and have them walk up and get on the pasture that way is a temporary solution until we can have the guys come and make the gate there. So that's the basic plan. I hope you enjoyed my little howdy do song. And if you did, please give the channel a like. And if you really like the channel, you like the material we're doing, please hit subscribe. Until then, I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be a continuation of the fence, because the fence isn't done yet. I'm still going to do more with it.